तुलसी मंजरी सहित गंगा जले निरवधि सेवे कृष्णे महाकुतूहले. Sri Advaitacharya would enthusiastically worship Krishna with tulsi manjaris and Ganga water. The Gautami Tantra is quoted in the Hari Bhakti Vilas as follows. Tulasi dalamatrena jalasya chulukena va vikrinite swamatmanam bhaktebhyo bhaktavatsalaha. Sri Krishna, who is affectionate towards his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers merely a tulsi leaf and a palm full of water. Tulasi Manjari is a Mahabhagavata and Tadiya Vastu, that which is related to the Supreme Lord. Ganga Jal refers to the nectar emanating from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, or the ingredient used in worshipping Krishna. Various foodstuffs are offered to Krishna with Tulasi Manjaris, which are dear to Krishna, and Ganga water, which purifies the world. Sri Advaita Prabhu began to continuously worship Krishna with such ingredients in order to amend the polluted form of Dwapara Yuga worship practiced at the time. His intention was that the living entities would give up sanctification and become devotees by seeing the behavior of pure Mahajanas. See, 2 points are to be explained here. One is about the glory of Tulsi Manjari. Various foodstuffs are offered to Krishna with Tulsi Manjari, which are dear to Krishna. So, that was which is quoted here. This is Tulasi Dalamatrena, Jalascha Chulukenava. If one is offering even merely a Tulasi leaf, it appears like a simple thing, but Krishna is deeply touched by Tulasi Manjari. What is so special about Tulasi leaf, unlike the other leaves? In the Padma Purana, there is a pastime. One day, two Brahmanas are passing through a jungle. One Sudharma was one Brahman, and Devadatta, I think, another Brahman, two of them. When they were walking, Sudharma suddenly found a tulsi bush. Immediately he offered obeisances and he circumambulated it 3 times and then went to a nearby pond and brought some water and offered it to Tulsi. And because he was very learned in the Shastra, he knew the glory of Tulsi. While the other Brahman was not so learned, so he asked, "Hey, why are you bowing down to Tulsi? There are so many plants, so many trees in the forest. Why do you offer a special type of respect for this Tulsi, bowing down, circumambulating?" Like that he was asking. So Sudharma said, "You don't know this? Come, let me tell you." So they sat under a very big, large banyan tree. And then Sudharma narrated, he said, long, long ago, when there was a Samudramanthan Leela between Asuras and Devas together, they were churning the milk ocean on either side of the mountain Mandara Parvat with Vasuki snake as the rope on the guidance of Lord Vishnu. They both were churning the milk ocean. When they were doing it, at that time, many, many things came out in the churning. Finally, the Amrit Kalash was brought by Dhanvantri, Lord Dhanvantri, who's Vishnu. As soon as Vishnu saw what an amazing project it is, I have brought Asuras and Devatas together, and that too in cooperation they have made this project successful. It's not very easy to bring Asuras and Devas together because they are socially different, culturally different, mentality, mindset is different. Devatas are in Sattva Asuras are in Rajoguna Tamaguna. Devatas are aligned with the laws of Vishnu. Asuras are opposed to laws of Vishnu. And Devatas are awake at day, Asuras are awake at night. So, how amazing it is that I could bring them together. So, Lord Vishnu felt great bliss, joy, and his Prema Bashp, we call it. Prema Bashp means you cry tears in 2 situations. One is when you fail, you cry. When you succeed, also, you cry another type of joy, tears of joy. No? So, when he cried tears of joy, it came down his cheeks and fell in the Amrit Kalash, Lord Vishnu's joyful tears. As soon as it fell in the Amrit Kalash, immediately the Tulsi came up. So Tulsi is called Vishnu Toshni. Where there is satisfaction of Vishnu, Tulsi grows there. It is said. Or in other words, where Tulsi is very carefully worshipped, respected, adored, then there Vishnu's bhakti will flourish. That is the meaning of this. So we can understand how So when Sudharma was narrating this pastime, immediately, the tree under which they were sitting, uh, the tree under which they were sitting, that got uprooted. Thud, 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 it made a big sound and the tree fell off. And immediately both the Brahmanas, they jumped away from the tree so that it will not fall on them. Uh, So they went little away and saw what is happening. And out of the tree came a beautiful one Gandharva with effulgent body with a beautiful kundal and mukut. His body is shining. They asked, "Hey, who are you?" Then he narrated, he said, long, long before, I was once in the heavenly planets, in one hilly area where there's a beautiful lake where demigods and Gandharvas used to come and sport there. Uh, I was also roaming in that area, in the hill, in the bushes of the forest. So suddenly I happened to see an apsara, and I made a bunch of flowers. I tied them together. I wanted to give her, but she would see me in the hill area and she would turn around and just walk away from me. So I started running behind her to chase her and give her the flower. But since she was going away, I threw the flower bunch towards her like a bouquet. But instead of she picking it up, it fell down from the top. And below there was a sage Agastya sitting and meditating. Oh, like he was meditating. It fell on his lap. And Agastya immediately looked up and looked at me. As I looked at the Apsara and scolded, "Hey, Apsara, what are you doing? This is the Tapovanam. We are meditating here and you're coming and spoiling the place for your sense gratification." So immediately Apsara said, "No, no, not me. I didn't throw this on you." And then she showed the hand to the fellow, that, "See, that fellow." She showed the Gandharva. Then the sage understood. He looked at the sage and he cursed him. "Hey, you are polluting this holy place. You become a Brahma Rakshas," he said. Immediately the fellow came down the mountain and fell at the feet of the sage and begged for forgiveness and asked him, "What is the vimochanam for me? How can I escape from your curse?" So then sage told him, "Okay, since you have become humble now, I'll give you a solution. Don't worry. You will be a Brahma Rakshas on earth, in a tree, but whenever you get to hear about the glories of Tulsi and Vishnu, on that day you'll be liberated," he said. And then this Gandharva said, "That is how I fell down. I came down the Antariksh and I became a Brahma Rakshas in this tree. Uh, and in this tree, so many people were passing by this forest, passing by me. Nobody talked the glories of the Lord. Everybody was busy running here and there. But you two of you, when you came, now you sat under my tree and you glorified Tulsi and Vishnu. Thank you for doing this. Because of this, now my life is saved. Now I'm ascending to my abode up. I'm going to heavenly planets again," he said. So you can see that simply hearing the Tulsi's glory, liberated this fellow. There are also pastimes in Puranas that once a thief was running away from a police fastly, to escape from them. He also ran through another jungle way. So when he was running, at the time there was a bullock cart also going through that route. And the time of death had come for the thief. Now the Yamadutas wanted to pick up the thief and take him to hell. So they thought, what is the best way to see this fellow dead and we can take him? So they occupied the bulls. So their goal was, the bulls had a very sharp horn, So they thought that with the horn we will hit him and he will die, and then we will extract the soul and take him to hellish planets. That's what they had planned. So the bull was coming, running very fastly. And it became very close to the thief who was running away. Police was way behind. So the thief toppled on a stone and took a saucer and then fell in the bush. That bush happened to be Tulsi bush. So the bulls went very close, as if it's going to, pierce his body. Immediately, the Yamadutas had entered the bulls. But as soon as they saw the Tulsi bush, they became afraid. And they put a phone call to Yamaraj, "Sir, one fellow is lying on a Tulsi bush. Is it all right that we finish him and bring him?" He said, "Stop," he said. "Don't touch him." Now he is in touch with Lord Vishnu because Tulsi is always in the lotus feet of Vishnu. You cannot touch him. Leave him now. Later on, we will take care of him. So his life was saved just by being lying on Tulsi bush. So, what is so special about Tulsi? Tulsi is actually a gopi in the spiritual world, who is the manager of the spiritual world. She is the awarder of service. And she is the connector of devotees to Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So, therefore, every day we worship Tulsi. She has millions of parrots who go around in the spiritual world and also gather information about places so that she can engage Krishna and all the devotees in various type of pastimes. That is her job. So she is very special personality. In this world, she comes as Tulsi plant, and that is